All right. So this is step 8A, where we're going to add dynamics and tempo markings and other musical expressions. One thing you'll notice is I went ahead and I deleted all of the numbers underneath my melody, underneath my theme, so I can add dynamics and make it look a little bit cleaner. Okay, so the way you do that is go up to text, click on the inkwell there in the feather where it says lyrics, and then just go ahead and click on the number, and then I can arrow right and then backspace. Okay, can do this throughout. So I didn't want to show you that whole step or that whole process for me just because of saving time, but you can see how I was able to clean that up. So you may want to pause this video right now and go ahead and do that on your document. Remember to file and save often, okay? All right, so now let's add dynamics. So I'm going to go up to my dynamic tool in the toolbar up here. And I'm going to start, I'm going to look at my architecture here of the line. So I may even want to actually go to scroll view for this so I can see the larger musical phrase. There we go. So that's one way to do it. You can see I've already added a dynamic, forgot to delete that. Okay, so I'm just going to go back actually to page view. All right, and I'm going to go to my mezzo piano. I'm going to start this out, mezzo piano, and I can see this gets louder and louder, and then we have a whole note. And the apex, so the climax, if you will, is about measure 9. So I'm going to click on forte here, and then at the very end, I'm going to go back to mezzo piano. All right, file, save. Now I'm going to add the actual crescendo marking. So here's my crescendo tool. I'm going to click on the note that I want to add it on. And then you see these two little circles act as handles. So I can spread that crescendo out. Sometimes it's a little fussy. I don't know why this is acting up today. Let me see here. Let me go back to my cursor. And I could kind of, I don't know why that's acting like that. There we go. You can see how I was able to stretch that out. Hopefully you don't deal with the challenges that I just did, but just remember this is browser based, so it's kind of got some funkiness to it every once in a while. Now I'm going to add a decrescendo. I want to leave this whole bar forte, so I'm going to click here, and then there we go. Spread out that decrescendo. That's fine. All right, so now file and save. Continue using. So now what I want to do is I want to add a tempo marking to this. So I think 80 beats per minute is a good, nice, comfortable tempo. So I'm going to go up to score, metronome, click on my first note of my theme, and it says it defaults to 60 beats per minute. Here, if I go over here to tempo, and I can erase that, and then I can type 80. And now my theme is going to be 80 beats per minute. I'm going to go to file and save. Of course, you can always listen to yours and see if you're satisfied with that tempo or not. I'm going to scroll over to my first variation. Now I want this, I think I want my first variation to be lighter and faster. So I'm going to go ahead and go to score, tempo marking. I'm going to change this to 120 beats per minute. That's like march tempo. I'll be happy with that, I think. And then I'm going to make the staccato. So I'm going to click on my cursor. Now I can highlight, right? If I click outside and then I hold that left button down, I can highlight all of these, and then I can go to notes and symbols, and I can say add the following symbol, okay, to all the notes that are highlighted. I can go here. That's going to be my staccato mark. And then I'm going to have to X out of my tools here so you can see apply and apply. I can also do that on individual notes. For instance, though, I think what I want to do is I want to emphasize maybe this whole note. So I'm going to click on that mark. I'm going to click on the mark, not the whole note. I'm going to go to, let's see here. I'm going to click on that note, actually the note. Okay. Now I'm going to go to, I want to remove the staccato and add an accent. So let's go ahead and see here what happens when I do. I'm going to, actually, I'll just click on that one mark and I'll hit delete. Delete. Now I'll click on that note. And now I can add just to one note an accent and I'll hit apply. There you go. All right, now let's, I want to continue to add the staccato to the second half of this phrase. Again, I highlighted those notes, add the following. I can always remove the following too if you want, but I'm going to add a staccato and apply. Pretty satisfied with that. So I'm going to hit file and save. Now I'm going to go back to dynamics. And my first variation, I want the texture of staccato, the tempo to be the biggest change and variation. So I'm going to leave my dynamics actually the way they were in the first. So here we go. Mezzo piano, forte here, and then I can add my crescendo. Whoops, we're going to delete. And then I can pull that. It's being really odd. There we go. Okay, and then I want to add a decrescendo. There, and file and save. Okay, I'm going to go to, and again, I'm just trying to keep things as simple as I can. Now I'm going to go to my second variation. I want to make this slower because it's minor, make it a little bit more somber perhaps. So I'm going to go to my tempo tool, my metronome tool, click on that first note. I want to keep it at 60 beats per minute. And for this, I think what I want to do is actually just make all these legato. So I'm going to go again to note here, click on that, or I can highlight all of these. I can now add the following symbol. I'm going to choose the tenuto marking, hit apply, and then go to my last 4 bars. Again, highlight. Everything's set. I'll go to apply, dynamics. Again, I'm just for the sake, I want the texture and the tempo to be the biggest variant. So I'm going to leave the dynamics the way they are in my original. Okay. And then I'll add the crescendo. So I go to line. Whoop. Click here. Then pull that. There we go. Scroll over. And add a decrescendo. Pull that over. Great. And then I'm just going to go to File and Save. And that's it for step 8.